Greetings. Do you know that you have in you a power that you can use to achieve your every desire and make you a problem solver? Do you realize that every action gives you the equal and opposite reaction? Do you realize that your word is your wand? Well, 99.999% of people in my country have access to a Bible in their homes, but they do not know how to use it to solve their every situation or problems. And the reason for that is because they lack the understanding of cause and effect. You see, for example, just recently while I was driving, I noticed a billboard says that a person can get up to $30,000 to borrow. Okay? But if you're familiar with the Bible and the main character of the Bible, and you read about the character, that particular character, you see that it is teaching you of a problem solver. But the thing is that most people, they are reading and not knowing that they are taking personification for persons. And they are taking allegory for history. That is why they end up being the borrower and not the lender. They end up being the tail and not the head. They end up being beneath and not above. Now, when I look at that billboard and I look at the scripture that says that the rich ruleth over the poor and the borrower is a slave to the lender, it tells me that most people do not know that money is the creation, but you are the creator. Do you realize that money was first a thought, it was first an idea, it was first imagined, it was first in someone's mind? Do you realize that thoughts become things? So when you understand money is basically currency, it's energy, and you're a mass of energy and everything vibrates on a certain frequency, you would realize that the secret of the universe is based on energy, vibration, and frequency. Therefore, if you do not know that you are money, you will never know how to attract money and solve the problem of scarcity. So that billboard is showing me that there is a big amount of people who carry around scarcity mindset, lack, and mediocrity. And unfortunately, most of those people always give testimony in their churches of the things that they accomplish. And when you look at those things, you trace them back. They go all the way back to someone's mind. And when you check that person's mentality, it was not a religious and superstitious mentality. It was one who had the understanding of how thoughts create reality. Imagination creates reality. That consciousness is what basically creates reality. That's the person who really understands why the Bible says, as a man thinketh, where? In his subconscious mind, his heart, that inner place. It is not speaking about the organ. It is speaking of the place whereby the first sign of life is a vibration. So as he vibrates within, so it would be reflected on the outside. That's the law of correspondence. Okay? So my brother and my sisters, I'm saying to you that you have the power to solve every problem and every situation in your life. You see, you're not supposed to allow yourself to become a victim of circumstances, because you're the one who's creating them and you can change them. So most people look at the effect, because money is basically, as I said earlier, is the effect. But they're failing to realize the cause. I remember a woman wanted to eat my head off because I was trying to show her that there's no bank in this world that starts with money. It starts with an idea. Okay. And she was trying to tell me the only how you could really own something in this country, you have to owe the bank, you have to owe the credit union. And I tried my best, and I realized I was just wasting my time, because most people have that kind of mentality. And unfortunately, these are the people who trapped in secular Christianity that is pointing them to look outwardly, and they will turn around and tell you that I am crazy, and the things I speak that they are blasphemy. And the reason for that, I could understand. They don't understand the Bible metaphysically or esoterically. They don't understand the Bible psychologically. You understand? They do not know that the Bible is a book of mind science. And all of the books that I would have written, okay, it's all about the Bible. And they are available on the internet. Anyone could go and get my books and read them. I remember a man in America named Joe Tillman who got my book, Meditate to Eradicate Poverty. You know, and when you read that book and he started to practice the things I stated in that book to do, he said he got frightened. He got scared. You know, so my brother and my sisters, you know, many people have been raised to have a certain kind of mindset and to think a certain way. And because of the arrogance, they believe that they don't need a mindset coach. Because in their society, they never hear such a thing as a mindset coach. They never hear such a thing as a mystic. They never hear such a thing as a Christian mystic. So basically, when you're thinking outside of the box, they're definitely going to brand you as being crazy. But my brother and my sisters, I'm saying to you, you're a great problem solver. Okay, you can solve every problem situation in your life if you would only realize that you are the cause, and you go straight to the cause and you fix it from there. Well, the good news that I have for you is that I'm able to teach you how to unlearn, relearn, and reprogram your subconscious mind. And when I get you to reprogram your subconscious mind, it's like, say a person have a vehicle and it giving a bunch of problem, and a mechanic take it and it fix it, and it back in alignment. Let me put it that way. It's been fixed. Okay. The same thing with a computer. They go in the software and everything and all of that. It have a CPU, central processing unit and everything and all of that. They go into the brain of it and they fix it. That's the same thing I'm really doing to you. And I'm setting you on a certain frequency to attract the things that you want to attract in your life. It's basically teaching the law of attraction in a deeper and a more deliberate way. You see, most people think that they can get certain things for free, so they will say, oh, I don't want to pay. I could, you know, look at YouTube videos and so on and all of that. But do you realize that your existence itself based on giving and receiving? As you breathe in and you breathe out, you're giving and receiving. And do you realize when you practice mindful breathing, mindful thinking, and all of these things, it's all a part of fixing your mechanism? You know, you have something right inside of this head here. Okay, that's called the reticular activating system. Man, I want to fix those kind of system that's inside of you, man. Okay, so why people say, oh, he's stupid, he's crazy, he lose his mind, he don't believe in God. Those things are not true. It's just that I have a different concept of God than you. You see, your God is in the sky, while my God is in me. Okay, and I use my God power to achieve my every desire. And those who are willing to be taught by me, I will teach them how to use their God power also to achieve their every desire and become a problem solver. It's just as simple as that. And hey, my motto has always been and will always be, results don't argue, you know. Results don't tell lie. So look at the results and you will see. And as I come to a close here, I learn these things that I learn through my awakening experience, not by any theory. That's why I'm not theorizing, okay? Everything is based on experience, okay? If you know who I was from a little boy growing up to now I come into, you know, my true calling and so on. If I explain and tell you all of those things, then you will realize that you are standing seated in front of a mystic, a national treasure. Most people don't know when they have a national treasure. You see, so my brother and my sisters, become a problem solver. Okay, I did a video earlier where I talk about Russell Hall of Fame and all the people who what they contribute and so on. They were problem solver. The bigger the problem you solve, trust me, is the bigger you will become in every way. Okay, you just gotta be humble and you just have to understand people. Okay, so my brother, my sisters, you know, stop blaming the devil, stop blaming politicians. None of these people responsible for you, but you. You must take responsibility for your life. Okay, you came here alone and you're going to leave here alone. You're going to leave here with a politician and so on. Okay, so stop blaming and pointing fingers. And let me just come to a close here as me say this, right? I remember, you know, speaking to a religious person, you know, and we were driving and he keep, you know, saying negative things about a certain politician and so on and all of that. And when I get down to the nitty-gritty of it, he was saying that the politician using the Bible to deceive the people, da 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 da. Okay, but he's so caught up in politics and so on, yet he's a religious man. He never drink, he never smoke, he never do all of these kind of things, right? But he's not humble enough for me to really teach him that the Bible is really a book of mind science and all of these things. He go into his church and this and that, and he believe that he's on the right path, and he believe he have some sort of rights and some sort of authority to judge this certain politician. But you know, I said the same thing to him concerning. I say, how much people in this island have a Bible? He said about 99. Me say yes, about 99.99999%. I say, well, do you realize that 99.999999999% of people in this island have a magic book and they don't know how to use it? And he didn't even pick up on that. Still religious. Calling on white Jesus, which never exists. You think your slave master give you his idol, and you calling on the slave master God that he give you. You think the slave master God gonna hear you? Now the slave master set up all the different system in the society, keep it in the colonial mentality. The reason why I could tell you that there's no white man coming to save you is because the man who appeared to me out of the burning bush that doesn't consume, out of the fire, is a melanated man just like me, look just like me, in terms of is a black man. That's what I mean. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. So as I come to a close, I would definitely encourage you to research more about the oldest Bible, know more about the Ethiopian Bible, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, and on and on and on, and learn more about Africa, learn about the ancestry, know your true history. You think when they teach in school about history and all, Columbus and Chatter, yeah, and I don't want to go into certain things. Okay, so my brother, my sisters, if you listen to me what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. You want to check out my books, the links are down below. You want to do one-on-one, you know, you can check me out. Okay, you want to be in my inner circle, it wouldn't be cheap. You want to be a part of my VIP, it wouldn't be cheap either. Okay, so my brother, my sisters, you know, everything that I'm doing here is part of the legacy. I'm documenting everything because there's a generation that's going to rise up in this country, and they're going to ask their great-great-grandparents and their grandparents and so on if they ever know anything about this man sitting right here speaking, and they're going to say, no, they didn't know. So with that being said, my brother, I can go on and on, but you know, I like to have fun, you know. I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.